I think we're live. I'm going to guess we're live, and as soon as I see Tyler's thumbs up, that means we really are. But in the meanwhile, how are you guys feeling? Are you guys live, generally?
Generally.
Mostly. That was the most half-hearted live hurrah I've heard in like a night, fortnight or something. I think we're fine. We're dealing with hardware gimpery here. I should do like a breakout tutorial on how to deal with hardware gimpery. But I'm going to trust that we're probably pretty damn live.
We look to be live.
Do we appear to be live?
Live to me.
By what means? Are
Twitch,
you just...
Twitch said we're live.
Okay.
Yes, I have Twitch.
Well,
Twitch has
that's
said
great.
we are live right now.
That's amazing. Okay,
Just
fine.
delayed.
So we could have... What was that sound? So we could have gone live,
just me turn on.
had technical failures, and gone offline, and we would never know it. But that's okay. So here we are, live on Myth Brigade. I think we'll cut that last part out, the long verification.
All good. Everything's working.
That we have,
Like,
we've learned.
I just never got the notification.
We've learned you have to take a long time these days to verify. Like sometimes live is not what you think it is. I mean, you could mean you're sort of undead or whatever else. But we are here for Vile Dawn on Sunday, which is amazing. A lot of stuff going on the channel. So I'm going to start there. First and foremost, we've kicked off a new campaign, which honestly is one of the best role-playing situations I've ever played in. I'm so excited about it. It's pretty twisted already, in a very like PC kind of twisted. But so Byron, I'm gonna ask you just give a 10-second promo on our Pendragon campaign. Why is it good?
Good because the system is good and the players are good and the combo is just it's gonna be top shelf, man. It's already just kicked itself off like in great fashion. We like none of us know the rules very well, so we're kind of feeling it out, and I think that's awesome. I actually thought that I had messed a few things up during the first session, and I went back and consulted the rule book and stuff, and found out that I wasn't messing it up. I was actually gently doing it right. So I was pretty surprised. But,
nice.
Yeah.
I love that.
I'm
the thing that's interesting to the wider internets out there about that system is that the GM has the ability to kind of intervene in the role play and keep you sort of honest or not, right, around your character's values. I love that because you can always choose to just do whatever comes to mind, like if you've had too many pints of beer or whatever. Me. But like there's a consequence, and so there are roles that address that, and like our characters are so well aligned and ready to take. It's something.
It's like,
right?
To me, it's like I don't know, like if you role played from a like alignment perspective, like where your character is. I don't know. You just it just makes you consider so much differently.
I feel like it goes beyond the alignment, though. It goes down to how you think about certain things.
Yes.
More than just a general guide to an alignment.
Yeah.
Yeah. So do you know, Byron, if they use that system for any other games? Like, I know it's unique to Pendragon, but there's a related one, right? Like, we should know this as stewards of the Chaosium.
Oh, you're talking about Paladin?
Yeah, that.
Yeah, so Paladin, it does use, I believe, the same system or very close. And it's basically just that system transported into like the era of Charlemagne.
Okay. Nice.
So much more solid, like Joan of Arc, stuff.
Right. Nice. So that's a new thing. So that's cool. We are at about 2,100 subscribers on YouTube. So if you're seeing this on YouTube, you got to hit the button because we're trying to, continue to stay relevant in the algorithm. About 200, I think, avid subscribers on Twitch. And I got to announce, and I'm going to ask for a golf clap at least. So Thor Godinson, also known as Garrett, will be joining the brigade as a player. So you'll recognize him from the comments if you've been around during one of our streams. He's fucking fantastic. He's a huge wit and a long-time Warhammer fantasy role player and general RPG nerd. So we're happy to have him. We're going to figure out where he slots in, which is the transition to the next bit, which is Byron. Are you running any other games?
Maybe. Like down the road. So we gotta finish Night's Black Agents, but I do actually have some 7C on the docket. I was just glancing at that right before the thing.
I'm being honest, I haven't taken it out of its plastic, but I'm quite certain that it's this many rules. So like, it's a lot.
It's that many in the rule book, but that doesn't make that many rules.
Yeah, at the end of the day, it's just a pirate conversation, really, right? Nice. Okay, yeah. So I think those are our announcements. We do have a reorder of shirts that have come in, which is cool. So if you guys are watching this, if you want a Myth Brigade shirt, say something like compelling in the chat. Yeah, like that. They're super soft. You could wear them to sleep in if you're too embarrassed.
You got any more stickers?
Yeah, I have so many stickers.
Bring him to Chaosium Con.
Bring him to Chaosium Con and some shirts, maybe.
Right. So when are again, because I haven't booked my flight yet. So when are I going to Chaosium Con? Is it for the 8th?
I believe the dinner you are supposed to attend that you bought a ticket for is the 7th.
It's like
7 on Thursday.
All right. Hell yeah. So that's like in 2 weeks. I have picked my meal. So if you guys, show up, let's hang out and eat some of the meal of your choice. Shit, my book just fell on the ground. That was scary. Yeah, so we're going to do that. But tonight, we are here for yet another episode of Vile Dawn, as you can see from the overlay. And so I'm going to go around the horn to just check in with the players, get them grounded. I'm going to start with James and his beautiful lighting now that it's not quite as bright outside. How are you, man? What's going on?
Pretty good. It was a long day. Looking forward to this.
Why was it a long day? Done. Were you doing yard work or some crazy shit?
Oh, briefly. I brought mulch.
I knew this. How did I know that? It's like everyone is doing yard work right now and hating themselves for it. Like,
Yeah, before it becomes 1,000 degrees outside in the afternoon.
We're going to get to Byron. He's going to be like, I was plowing snow. Nice. Well, we're glad you're here. We're glad that your lawn's looking better. The HOA is going to appreciate that. So you'll, cool. Eric, I didn't open Roll20. So while you're talking to us about WTF's going on with you, what's up, man?
Well, I spent half the weekend opening Roll20, but
Ooh. Burn.
No, actually, it's going pretty well. I had to do some yard work too. I was putting up a decorative fence to keep my dogs from trampling my bushes.
All right, let's dig in. I'm gonna dig in. I'm gonna check it out. Yep. Decorative fence, yes. Dog barrier. What kind of dog do you have that only a decorative fence is enough of a barrier that they don't go straight through it?
I have a golden retriever, but she is skittish enough to not want to try to go through the decorative fence.
Did you beat her with fences when she was a puppy? Let's be honest.
I did not. I
Red
just
Rocket
happened to try a
disapproves.
decorative fence, and it worked, so I stuck with it.
All right.
First, I put it up around my sago palm because she was trying to eat it, which is deadly dangerous to dogs. So
Why do you
I
even have
decided-
one?
You're welcome to come and try to remove it. They are indestructible.
No, sorry.
it's
Thanks
old
for
enough
trying
that
to
it's
get me
got
to come
really
do your
deep
yard work
roots.
for you, buddy.
Yeah,
Nice.
it's like I talk to people about removing it, and
They're like, no.
yeah,
Or they're like, it's going to
yeah,
be
nobody wants
$40,000. Okay.
nobody wants to. It used to be you could sell them to nurseries because they were really popular, but I guess they're popular enough now that all the nurseries have their fill.
Nurseries like for children?
No, like plant nurseries.
Sorry, I did that on purpose.
Like they would come buy them.
No, like the dog nurseries.
Yeah. All right. Well, the point is you failed. You still have that shitty tree, right? It's still there?
I still have the tree. There's just a fence around it, and it worked so well that I put the same fence in front of my bushes to keep the dog from
It's very decorative.
Dude, I am honestly thinking that you should throw a party with food. I could get Shane to sponsor it with his beer and stuff, and then we could tackle that palm. Well, like it would be the winner. The winner gets a prize, like say $100. Who can kill this tree, kind of thing.
It'd be like the Mjolnir Palm Festival, like who only the worthy can draw a palm.
If you
Kinda
don't
like
get
a-
it all out of the ground, it grows back.
Yeah, everybody
like a
shows
weird-
It's not
Florida
actually
man.
a palm tree.
A weird Florida man version of like the Sword in the Stone.
up. Oh man, I love it. Okay, let's seriously. I'm not even kidding. That would be fun. We could stream that. We could stream it mobily. Watching a bunch of Myth Brigadiers
We
with
might
like,
do that. My wife would not complain if we got rid of it.
yeah, seriously. Like I would come in, I think, with like chainsaws over my back, like Ash from Evil Dead, and a shotgun. I'd just shoot the fucking tree with a shotgun.
Yeah, bring your sharpening kit because they tend to dull chainsaw chains. They're
Ooh,
very
look.
tough.
Roll20 has finally loaded, ladies and gentlemen, and has told me that it now has dark mode, which I knew this, but
The dark mode's actually improved. It got rid of that dumbass highlight.
is it equally? Oh, it did. People were all freaking out.
It-
Okay, cool. Byron, what story do you have that can follow the pernicious palm?
We bought a battery powered mower.
A battery powered mower?
Yeah, it's pretty excited.
Is it a Tesla?
Actually, no, it's a Greenworks.
Mm.
Greenworks battery operated mower. I'm excited because I push button start.
Is it a self-driving mower though? Can it drive itself?
It is self-propelled. It is not.
Oh.
It is not self-driving though. It's
All
not
right.
a robotic mower.
So somebody still has to
Still
walk behind it.
requires.
Yeah.
Still requires human assistance, but yeah. So
Hell
my yard's
yeah.
not that big.
How are you? I have to ask. How are you going to get through next week? So we got a game tonight. We got a game tomorrow. For those of you who want to know what we're doing, okay. So we got a game tonight, game tomorrow, game Tuesday. What are you going to look like on Wednesday? Are you just going to be like a grumpy bastard and just mad at everyone?
Probably because I open at work tomorrow and then I mid at work on Tuesday and then I close on Wednesday. So,
Oh, you're going to be a bastard on Wednesday.
but my recovery will be when I have my own game on Friday. Like I have another game.
Yeah. And then though, seriously, like next week, we're all going to be together physically for the first time ever. Not all. Some of us are
That's
going to be
like-
together.
That's like next week, I think. It's 2
Okay.
weeks.
Yeah.
Well, yeah, but next
It's like 9-ish days.
I'm going from the calendar of Sunday to Saturday. So next week. The Outlook calendar says next week you need to book a flight for this, you idiot. I think I have a hotel. Can I just like crash in the dumpster in the back of the hotel or something? I don't know. Moving on. Tyler.
You
what's-
could spoon with Tyler.
Oh, that's fine. I snore like a bastard though. I have a CPAP for that. So
Just be out of the dumpster when they do the pickup.
I promise you, we've been through it.
nice. Mr. Rocket and/or Tyler, how are you, man?
Doing good, man.
Hmm?
I just had a great nap. That's about the exciting bit of my day.
How long was the nap? Measured in minutes?
About 45 minutes.
That's a pretty good nap, although I would be just like no energy. So I've had pre-workout and a 5-hour energy in the last hour and a half. So I'm ready.
I've had some orange drink.
Dude, show him the orange drink. Ladies and gentlemen, when he says orange drink, that's a fucking big...
I have another one.
Are you... Oh.
There's some more behind me.
So I've had some like constructive criticism that says, "Man, you drink a lot of wine." So this is water for when you see it going into the session. This is extremely hot green tea. So if I grimace when I drink it, it's not because it's whiskey. It's not because it's this much whiskey. It's because it's really hot. Okay. So what are we here to do? Are we here to play some Vile Dawn or what? Are you gonna get some Vile Dawn on? You guys excited?
I think so.
Okay.
I think I'm ready to be vile.
You're ready to be violated. Here it comes.
And I'm rising like the morning sun.
Okay. There won't be visual of that. Send me the clip. I'll dub it in. It'll be fine.
Right. Red Rocket.
Oh, okay. Got it. So I picked this music. I don't even know what it's about, but it's let's get copyright claim. This is Epic Music World. They have 1.8 million subscribers, and they're going to copyright claim the hell out of this session because I was too lazy to find some royalty-free stuff. So picture this sort of lead-in to the news, right? It's fading, and the music stopped. It's mad at me. Hang on. I said play. There we go. That's better. It's been 1 month since violence erupted in front of Camelot Rare Books and Antiquities. This seeming terror attack was yet another in an apparent trend of violence gripping Freedom City. With this, we're reminded that not all supervillains were claimed by Dr. Ignatius Vile's sinister plot. Lucky for Freedom City, some semblance of heroism remains as well. But earlier today, the Federal Department of Mutant Rights, FDMR, released compelling evidence suggesting that the trendy bookseller might have been a front for something much more troubling. Here with more is Stephen Slate. And the scene sort of cuts to Mordred's bookstore. Its stylish, modern front just crashed in with like the bit of the car still sticking out of it. The mangler's handiwork. There, bathed in harsh spotlight, that really awkward outside newscaster light, is a slender young reporter with an overly gelled cap of hair, like it looks like they stapled it to his head, and an almost too crisp outfit. Thanks, Steve. Authorities investigating this calamity have discovered that Camelot Rare Books and Antiquities is actually owned by a nearly impenetrable series of holdings companies tracing back, get this, Steve-O, to ancient Britain. When questioned about the strange paper trail, the UK Financial Reporting Council suggested it could take weeks to unravel the series of formations, acquisitions, dissolutions, and reformations that represent the ownership of this strange bookshop. All this begs the question, was the hulking mutant's attack one of terror, or was he truly defending Freedom City against an ancient secret society bent on world domination? The camera's just like zooming in on his face. One thing's for certain. Detective Peters' decision to let these heroes free is under scrutiny. Back to you. There's a finger that hits this volume button. Let me scroll down because I don't know what I said next. Sorry. A near skeletal hand snaps the off switch. The sickly sweet smell of a new and wide open pineapple rum air freshener makes the air thick in this minivan that you're in. Together, all of you. Though even its heady fragrance isn't enough to mute the stale cigarette smoke wafting from Dorothy Klein, the diamond representative for Mercury Properties, a company specializing in just the sort of real estate that you're searching for. So in this minivan, who is in the passenger seat?
I'll be up there.
Okay.
Mordred. Where is Red Rocket? In the passenger seat, or are you in Mordred's lap?
That's not happening.
I'm probably like have my paws on the center console. Like, you're part of a secret society?
Oh, are you? So, give me a second there. Okay, so you're standing in the middle. I'm going to say, and this woman is happy to allow you to be in the front as she's driving along. How did you hide the ghost? What have you done to hide the ghost?
Are we hiding the ghost?
We just left him on top of the car.
Yeah,
like
so
the wind in his hair.
Yeah, I like that. I'm going to take that first idea. So the camera pans out. The corgi is there getting blasted in the face with the AC, and the camera pans out and past the outer wall of the van, and then Donovan is there just like gripping the top of this minivan, cruising down the highway. Right, and probably there's somebody like taking weird fuzzy pictures and thinking like, oh, ghost sighting on Route 10 or whatever. What's Block's girl doing in the minivan?
Sitting all the way in the back with my foot on the center seat.
Nice.
Just got my boot up on the seat.
So you're back there just kind of surfing on your phone and you're seeing similar things. There's a shitload of social media around like heroes or villains. And it talks about how, you know, you guys basically just murdered the bad guys. And true heroes get the bad guys arrested. But you murdered them. And there's like actual like CCTV footage of Mordred flying through the air, and there's just like fucking like bodies coming apart and blood flying everywhere. And there's like one where it's like like they've edited it together to create this like murder video. And
I think this will get me some kind of crazy fans too.
But it makes you guys look horrible. Absolutely horrible. So it has been a month. And you are now in a minivan with Dorothy Klein, who is a real estate agent. And there are a couple of problems here. First and foremost, Mordred, your finances have been frozen as a result of this. Those people looking into the situation have realized at least like, hey, this guy's involved. You have no access to any of your tens of millions of dollars. And this is just feeding the media frenzy, right? Of like, oh my God, like, you know, this is just, you know. And you have no base of operations. So Dorothy Klein, it seems, might be able to help you. She's a realtor, and a goddamn good one. So I'm going to ask for each of you to give me one word. Please don't duplicate. Tell me about the property you're looking for. One word. What is it? What is the one word that would describe the place you're looking for? Starting with Block's girl.
One word that describes the property we're looking for. Industrial.
Nice. I like that. Got it. Industrial. Spectral Avenger up on the roof. Oh, for the it's
Assuming
like,
I had an opportunity to give input.
I'm going to guess
Lifeless.
you did. Lifeless. God damn.
I don't want anybody else around to witness what I or we do.
Yeah. Okay. Industrial, lifeless, red rocket.
Immense.
Immense. Okay.
He
Mordred.
needs a pasture.
I need a pasture.
I was going to go with nondescript or roomy, but those kind of got covered.
Or a racetrack. If he had a racetrack.
Oh.
What's
be
your last
nice.
one? So you had immense. You have lifeless.
And industrial.
Industrial.
Yeah, the racetrack would be nice.
Okay. Okay. So the hand slaps the volume button, cutting off the news broadcast. She's frustrated. And just somehow, whether it's through lack of smarts or the clever disguise that you guys are employing right now, I laugh because you're probably not doing much to disguise yourself. Dorothy says,
I swear the fake news these days. I don't even know. They're all villains to me. None of them pay the goddamn taxes, do they?
and she pets Red Rocket, and her fingers stink of like years of unwashed smoke. And maybe not even washing after a good wipe. Like she's just Like,
Oh, fella. So the place I'm taking you, it's fantastic. If you're trying to start a business like you said, it's gonna be wonderful. I promise. So tell me,
looking at Mordred in the passenger seat.
what kind of venture are you getting yourself into?
Unless she drives.
Experimental motorcycles.
Oh, I love motorcycles. Oh my God, my first boyfriend had a motorcycle and a dick the size of a baseball bat. It was amazing. So what you gonna, is it like a Tesla or a racing bike or what is it?
She's driving.
Racing bikes.
Yeah. Oh, you famous? Are you what's your name? Are you famous? Huh? You can tell me. I won't tell anyone.
Name's William Marshall.
William, did anybody call you Billy? Huh?
Back when
Oh,
you
yeah.
were younger?
Oh yeah, you look like a Billy. You look good.
One. He looks like he's 18.
Yeah. And she looks like she's 118 at least. She's
Billy the Kid. Billy the Kid.
Is that your daughter in the back? You including her in the family business? Or, oh God, don't tell me that's your girlfriend. That's not all right.
No.
Oh yeah, honey.
she's like,
So your daughter then, huh?
No.
Business partner? That's well. What is she? One of the savants? Could she play piano real good? Something?
she lights a cigarette, brings the window down.
You
Yeah,
know,
she's pretty smart.
the one thing that's really upsetting here, if I'm being honest, and I mean, you're my client, so whatever goes, customer's always right? I just wonder why it is that your dog has got this constant erection going on. I mean, it's not necessary and it's really off-putting. Could you take him,
Hi, Thorg.
could you take him, back there with the girl?
I just pick him up, move him in the back.
So you drive in this nauseating minivan, and it's of course got the magnets, or maybe it's even like a fancy wrap, right, with the real estate company. She pulls in after quite a while, like you're way out by the airport, right? There's this like 1980s Cold War flat gray weird landscape. There's this huge chain link fence, and off in the distance there's a building. She kind of approaches.
Oh, hang on, fellas. Or folks, I'm going to just check the code.
She gets out with her, super nice pantsuit, kind of, overly stylized, and walks over, and she's standing there looking at her phone and comparing it to the device there. She puts in a code, and the fucking fence starts to roll open very slowly. She gets back in.
So you needed a lot of room, right? So this was apparently some kind of aircraft manufacturing plant here. Plenty of room to test your motorcycles. The only thing is, hon,
And she kind of pats you on your leg, like a little too high on your leg, Mordred.
the only thing, hon, is if you try to make these turns going fast, you're gonna hurt yourself.
She
Perfect.
heads toward the building, and she's right. There are actually quite a lot of sort of tight turns, and then the obvious long runways or whatever, and it's basically a little private airport, some sort of corporate situation. She's kind of cruising on. I'm going to ask Red Rocket to give me a notice check.
I'm gonna spend a penny.
Oh shit, that's bad. Yeah. Same
No
exact roll. How is that even
fucking
possible?
way.
Okay. You're just happy. You know what? Honestly, Rocket, you're getting a little sick from the smell
I'm
of this.
just putting my fucking face in the air conditioning so I can not smell cigarette.
Yeah, and the other thing is like the air freshener. There's so much of it, it's overwhelming your dog senses. So you're just like, oh shit. You're just like sticking this much of your nose out the crack in the window. So you kind of proceed forward. It's quite, if you can just picture this flat expanse where there should be planes and probably maybe even some other buildings and cars and shit. It's just flat, empty land on the very outskirts of town. You're talking probably a half hour outside of town. But there is, in fact, this like factory-sized edifice that you're heading toward. You ultimately kind of pull up to. You hear the squeak of the minivan's brakes. Okay, all aboard. Your dream has come true. This is your future. Like Elon got nothing on you if you buy this. She pats you on the shoulder. She coughs like a rumbly, wet cough and gets out of the minivan. What do you guys do?
I seek the first available exit outside.
You do.
She gets out. I'm out her door.
Yeah.
I open the back and get out.
Okay. You kick open the back and just kind of like walk out.
Hop out and check on Donovan, see if he's still up there.
Donovan, give me a stealth roll, please. Thorg says she sounds attractive. Yes. Oh, nice. Spectral Avenger, how do you avoid being seen? You succeeded with a raise, so you fucking did it, but how do you do it? Because she stands up. She's kind of a taller lady, you know?
Probably the best bet is slide off the back of the car and hurriedly make my way around behind her. But I'm also just going to go ahead and make myself invisible.
Okay. Do you have to roll to activate that? You do, don't you?
I believe I do. I'm
Okay.
checking.
So I think as you slide down the back of this minivan, there's like this ectoplasm like that slides down the back. Yeah.
Yes.
Like a whole pool of it on the top. It's like dripping from the bumper.
No, actually,
Great for the clear coat.
A roll.
Okay. That seems unbalanced. We'll revisit that. But yeah, so you slide down, and what we'll say for now is, at the very least, you can't be focused on like keeping up with like living matter and be invisible. You've got to like, it's one or the other. So you slide off the back and then you're invisible.
I do leave I do leave ectoplasmic footprints, and even if I touch things while invisible, I do leave ectoplasm behind.
Okay.
So people do get a notice roll at -2 to detect.
Somebody roll 1d6.
Sorry, -4 because I've got 2
Oh,
levels in it.
damn. So 1d6 minus. Okay, no, she's clueless. So I think there's this moment. She takes this deep drag off of her Marlboro Light and just drops it into the ectoplasm, and it's. And Donovan, and then the smoke rising up for that. The camera pans up, and Donovan's standing right behind her, looking just as dead as always. So you guys are walking away from this minivan, looking at this huge building. It's actually quite a large factory. You figure you could build a couple of aircraft in here if you needed to. It's that cavernous.
This place is fantastic. So like I said, it's got all the amenities. I mean, if you're looking for some kind of industrial thing, and come on. And she's like, futzing with the code to open up the realtor's lockbox. She gets in the door, and she opens the door, and the door echoes just like, it's wide open.
The rest of you give me a notice roll. Jesus. Block Scroll's like, the wild die saves. I'm going to go in favor of Block Scroll for timing there because her natural was so high. You smell something familiar. Tell me why, Block Scroll, you recognize the smell of the chemicals necessary to make meth.
I recognize it.
Oh, yeah. Yeah, for what? Yep, yeah, 100%. With a raise like that, tell me why though. Build that story. Why you're like?
Wow,
oh,
why would I recognize meth?
I don't know. Tell me. I don't know.
Because I used to live in this abandoned trailer, like shortly after my accident because I didn't have any place to go, and so there was this abandoned trailer at a trailer park, and these meth heads like took it over. And I didn't really have a lot of powers at the time because I was just starting to learn about them, and so I just kind of found my way into living somewhere else. But I remember going back there one time to get like my phone charger or something, and I remember the smell.
I love it. Oh my God. Okay, so you kind of, there's this moment where you're like, whoa, it's very faint. But with a roll like that, like even the faintest, like maybe there was something more to the story, but you absolutely, someone has been cooking nearby. But you look in, so as you open this door, there's a good sized, very large sort of chamber. And then over in the back corner, there's like metal stairs leading up to the corner, right? With like a box office up there where the sort of business shit would happen maybe. Underneath that, there's some storage, and like the floor is kind of. Thorg just called you a tweaker, but the entire the entire room is sort of strewn with like the leftovers of the business from before. But it's about twice the size of a high school gym. What do you guys do? Did you warn anyone? Well, like, how do you react to that? Like, you all would.
I'm like heads up, boys and girls. It looks like another episode of Breaking Bad's going down in here.
What do you guys do?
You a fan of classic television too?
That was a while ago. It's like on Nick at Night at this point.
Is that what that smell is?
Yeah, don't worry. I have a feeling we're the one that's knocked. So.
Was this place built before or after they realized asbestos wasn't the best thing they used for everything?
Who just rolled something? Spectral Avenger, what are you rolling for?
Am I rolling something?
Yeah,
I think it's noticed rolled just way.
It just came through? That's shit.
Yeah.
Yes, dude.
Okay.
From like last week, he pushed that button.
Wow, it came through on my screen almost right away.
Oh, wow, wait. Yeah, thanks, Roll20. Okay, so, of course, Dorothy, as she steps in, she doesn't seem to have any idea what's going on. Right? She's like, all right, then. So let's just come here. And she grabs Mordred by his arm, like a mom would almost. It's kind of comforting, but creepy at the same time. She's got a little bit of a grip on her. Now just picture over here. You could have your manufacturing things over here. You got the test track out in the back. You could have the pod storage over here. And look at the spacious office up there in the top. You could fit your whole staff and your family if you want up there. What do you want to see? I'm an open book. I can tell you everything. Why are you staring at me like that? She says, as you're just kind of like deadpan.
Let's have a look around. Check out the office.
Let's just do that. Come on upstairs. It's beautiful. I tell you, it's beautiful.
I ask her for the specs on the electrical system and like the amps on the breaker box and stuff like that. Just spew completely scientific like electrical facts at her.
Ha, I told you. I knew you were a savant. Listen, honey, I can get you anything you need, but that's going to be part of the inspection, okay? I don't have that in my books here. Sorry. She's a smart one. Good for you. She pats Mordred on the back. Still not noticing that there's a ghost standing right behind her, looking super awkward. Red Rocket, what do you get yourself up to? So you kind of run in. The mess smells really strong.
So
You're invisible. You're right.
Except for footprints.
Well,
Right.
we already need I'm gonna try to scent out this meth.
Okay. Give me a notice check. You're going to be at -2 to get more details. I mean, still, yeah, you're in good shape. Okay, so you're snorting around, kind of walking around. Probably pee on some random stuff that some. It's like
just mark up my area.
Yeah, so you just like walk up and pee, and you realize like, oh man. You guys see Rocket running off. You're heading toward the office, approaching the stairs. Do you follow the scent all the way to its destination, or you just try to get a general destination?
Not all the way, but I start following.
Okay.
Yes.
Yeah. So you find yourself.
No, I'll follow it all the way.
Okay.
I'll go all the way.
So there's this moment where you get kind of away from your group and you look back and you're like, oh no, oh yeah, I'm going. So
Oh yeah, I'll be all right.
you follow it all the way to like this proper electronically controlled trap door in the ground, and you see this sort of control box up and down, very simple, one button for up, one button for down, hanging on a big thick like insulated cable. And it's just hanging there, waiting to be used. Make a notice check while you're over there. You guys are climbing the stairs. I think the rest of you are.
Yes. Gotta follow.
So you're kind of glancing at it, and the first thing you notice, your keen intellect and your keen eye and all that, the up-down buttons are a lot less dirty than the rest of the housing. They've been used quite frequently. Oh, and by the way, you look down at your own little... And it's almost an insult for you, because like you're used to being a person. You look down at your weird little dog feet, and you're like, oh shit, I'm standing in like fresh footprints.
I'll press the button. The up button.
With your little robot arm.
It was my little robot arm.
Okay. So you're gonna do that. But meanwhile, you're climbing up the office stairs. You get to the top, and Dorothy's fumbling with the keys.
So, Tug, can you tell me something about your motorcycle that you're making there, sweet cheeks, or what?
She opened the door.
They eat a lot of gas and they make a lot of noise.
Oh, the best ones do. Did you ever see the movie Grease 2? I love that movie so much.
She's opened.
Oh my God, John Travolta, to die for.
She opens the door.
Shame how he died.
I know, wasn't it bad? But, hey, Leah Remini warned everyone about that Scientology nonsense, didn't she?
Sorry, John Travolta. I know you live in my hometown. If you see this, we're not heralding your death. But she ushers you in. You go into the office. She shuts the door. She turns on the light, and it's kind of doom, 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 doom. These big fluorescent lights. And it's like this wide open office environment. And there's a restroom in the back corner and a sort of an executive office, if you could call it that, a private office. But the rest, like these big drawing tables, probably like a sort of engineering situation. Lots of cable drops for computers where you could have, like, employees doing things if you were so inclined. What do you do up here? What are you looking for? Blocks Girl, how do you approach this?
I'm just, I guess, looking around. I will examine like the electrical and stuff like that and see if I can figure out anything if do our needs or be able to power type of shit we need.
Yeah, give me what's the role I'm looking for, guys?
With whatever that would be. Electronics, probably.
Yeah, I think electronics works. There's mechanical stuff and there's electronics. So let's take electronics.
No.
Yeah, it's funny. You want to spend a penny or you're going to let it go?
Yeah, I'll spend a penny.
Okay, you're going to spend a penny. Oh, nice.
There we go.
So at first you go to touch this thing and it sort of shocks you. And you're like, oh, shit, like, there's something going on with the grounding of the circuit. But yeah, so you're looking at it and you're like, oh, yeah, like we could make missiles in here if we wanted to. The level of electricity that's provided, the way this is laid out, like you could have tons of workstations in here and you're the scientist, right? So you're just like, oh, yeah. Like I could set up a whole research facility in here. It's a shithole, but I can make it work. Somebody roll me a D6. I'm going to spend a GM Betty for this, so I'll have 2 left. Give me 1 more. Don't tell her to roll 1 either. Fuck! Come on! Come on!
Nice job, Eric. Nice job.
Well, fine. So I just lost to Benny for nothing. Never mind. So, Dorothy's just kind of, oh my God, there's rat shit in the corner. You hear her mumbling under her breath.
I don't think he was in Grease 2.
Huh? What did you say, Eric?
That's what Donovan says. I don't think he was in Grease 2.
That's what distracts her from noticing the thing, and she's just like, you see her reach up and she pats her hearing aid. She's you would know Donovan from Stan. She's just like kind of looks around, derails the whole conversation. Mordred, what are you doing?
Does this place have a kitchen? Cafeteria for these people?
There's yes. In fact, there's a little area in the corner. It's sort of like a kitchenette, if you will. So it's kind of wide open. It's not like a separate break room and kitchen.
Oh, but you're gonna love this. There's plumbing and everything you would need downstairs to build out a break room. If you've got a big labor force, we got you. And we'll build to suit for just a small investment.
She smacks you on the ass.
I tell you, honey, I've got you covered.
Yeah, that's great. I'm gonna go check out the that area over there.
Okay, as you go over the kitchenette, there's this, there's a sink. There's a spot where there's obviously like an industrial coffee pot sat for a long time, and it's sort of stained the counter or whatever. But there's cabinets and whatever. It's kind of in the corner, and you're just thinking to yourself, like, yeah, with a little remodel, you could make this one big, like, proper command center. It's not too bad. It's, potential or whatever. Meanwhile, the camera jerks us back. Red Rocket, you're opening this fucking this hatch, and there's a stairway leading down. And your robot arms, you kind of let the control thing down. The smell of these chemicals assaults you full on. What do you do?
I'll start going down.
You just okay. So you go down. How are you going to go about that? So you skitter down the stairs. Are you trying to be stealthy, or are you trying to just like walk down like you're shopping at the mall?
Stealthy.
Okay. Nice. Just need to change one thing. Wow. Okay. Wild die brings a 10. So yeah, you fold your robot arms in. You're smart enough to do it, and you just kind of, I love my picture of the thug. That's funny. You're moving down and down and down. You get down this low that, at about sort of basement height, but a little, probably about twice basement depth, because there are these very sizable sort of chemical silos, like liquid containers, with all these kind of apparatus for pouring stuff out, like chemicals or whatever. And you just realize as you're looking around, underneath and between those, you can see there are people down there, like seemingly at the moment oblivious to your presence, doing some kind of work. What do you do?
How many are there?
Give me a notice. Give me a notice roll. Let me see if we see them all.
Kind of see what they're doing. 11.
Oh yeah. Okay. So you're kind of looking around. You kind of dart up under the first sort of level of these chemical containers. There are a total of about 8. Most of them seem like laborers. There's one guy in particular that you notice as you're standing there panting, right? And this is while the conversation about the break room is happening. He's got 2 guns, apparently. One, sort of under his arms. Good size, maybe like Desert Eagle kind of sidearms. And he's just sort of pacing. And every once in a while, he seems to speak in a very thick Eastern European accent of some kind. And he's just like, work hard. He's just like giving him a whole bunch of shit, basically. So, what do you do?
I'm gonna head back upstairs.
Okay.
And,
give me a stealth check.
5.
Okay. So you head back up with your little, your little nails on the steps or whatever. Do you close the door behind you or leave it open?
I'm gonna close it.
Okay. She closed it back up. Give me a guys upstairs. Give me a let me see, Donovan, I think, and Blocks. Give me a notice check. Not so much Mordred. Mordred's very engaged with Dorothy, trying to avoid Dorothy's. Ooh, blocks. So with a 5 natural and a 6 on the, or a 4 on the wild die. So you're kind of glancing out the window that overlooks, and you're. I have to think you're kind of picturing like what could come of this over time, right? And you do notice a little rocket running out of like some weird rampy stair type thing on the opposite side of the facility, and then his little robot arms gripping this control mechanism and starting to close this door. What do you do? You're muted.
Sorry about that. Dog was barking. I wanted to eat up. So, geez, what do I do? Well, there's this is like all windowed in. Like I can't just. Is it like open or anything?
Yeah. The window looking out into the main facility. It's glass, and it's got like chicken wire on the very thin kind of cross-hatched wire to stabilize the glass. Very industrial.
Okay. I guess I'll start walking back out that way to see what's going on, because there's no real way for me to communicate with him.
Okay. Yeah. So, Spectral Avenger, I'm going to have to guess you notice Block's girl walking away. So Dorothy's got Mordred cornered and is just talking about all the features, and Mordred's engaged, I would have to guess, like in like, you know, you've bought real estate before, maybe 100 or 2 times, right, in your life or something. So like, you're very distracted. What do you do as you see Block's girl leave the room?
I just watch her for now.
Okay. So you're watching, and the door closes. You kind of notice, obviously, there's that sort of very tall, thin window in the door, right? And then
I'll go look through the door.
there you go. So glancing down,
Like
you
through
see.
the door.
Oh, like literally through the door. Okay. Gross. Okay, so you slime the door. And there's this moment, I have to think, like this kind of gaffy moment where Dorothy slips in some ectoplasm and points to us just like, oh, that's nothing, honey. This will all be cleaned up. Once the plumbing has been certified, it'll be fine. You don't have to worry about this for one bit. As she picks up her high heel, and it's got like that stringy Donovan shit that you've cleaned up in your place so many times. So Block's girl's walking down the stairs. You're not sure what she's after, but she heads out into the main building. What do you do from there, Block's girl?
I'm trying to find Rocket. I'm
Okay.
like, here, boy.
I'm going to have to say you just hear it. There's no notice roll required. You hear it. It's just barely audible over the closing of the hatch there.
I'll prance my way over there.
It's so awkward because you know he's a dude. Like you, I'm gonna have to think you guys have all met his body at one point or another, or have they not?
They will soon.
Oh, that's true because he has to live here. So you come skipping back, and then what? How does that play out? Go to it.
There's a couple guys in the basement. Just like 8 of them doing some weird stuff.
Judging from the chemical smell in this place, I have a feeling there might be a meth lab down there.
I don't know exactly what they were doing, but there's a guy with guns, so. Yeah.
Oh, yeah. I'd further check on the checklist for meth lab.
Yeah, that's about it. It's just like 8 guys and 1 guy with guns.
Well, I suppose we have ruined their day sooner or later.
You want to do it now?
Sure, why not?
Okay.
I think Mordred and Donovan will be fine up there with whatever her name is.
She smells
Whatever.
so bad.
I don't think you'll ever get that cigarette smell out of your fur.
Oh, I thought I couldn't stop smelling the guy from the teleporter. Like the leg guy broke. That guy, he smelled horrible. But she is just. I cough up a little bit.
Nice.
So, what? Can I make a science check to figure out like how flammable those chemicals and stuff they have down there are?
Oh, absolutely. Yes. Man, so, and again, why do you know this much? Take it a little further. So there was this trailer park thing. Why do you know that much more?
Well, because I didn't really leave them alone before. See, once I got my phone charger, they were really mistreating this woman that was with them, and I just don't really dig that. And so, yeah.
So yeah, you absolutely, you're like, okay, yeah, that the way Red Rocket has described like these big sort of vats of chemicals, and you're like, oh man, like this could be like seriously a massive explosion.
Yeah. So one of my edges is scavenger, which allows me to basically have on me a pertinent thing, perhaps. Once per encounter, I can remember a much-needed piece of equipment, ammunition, or other useful device.
You have a mess.
So, could I happen to notice that there just happens to be a canister of chemical or something up here that would really not mix well with that stuff down there? Maybe I don't necessarily have it on me, but it might be up here.
Yeah, I think so. So those of you who are scientists and who would cross-check us on this, mind your business. Yeah, I think that there's a cleaning reagent that's here, and there's actually a few cylinders of it. And were you to mix them, it could create a massive caustic situation. Stop it, Thorg. Yes, like you, but no, not like you. You're nice about these things. But you also would realize that meth labs blow up by themselves sometimes. And there's a way to make that happen. So yeah, you whatever you need to do here as far as blowing up the property, I guess you can do. Can you make a smarts
discount? Can
you make a smarts check?
Check? Oh, absolutely. Yeah. I'd love to make a smarts check.
Okay. I mean, you do know that whatever that amount of chemical is going to blow up the whole fucking building. So if there's any hope of this becoming your HQ, I mean, you got to kind of weigh that. So you're like, whether or not you choose to, you're aware of it, let's just say. You do with that what you want, Byron. I don't care. It's fine.
Oh, Jesus, man. We're still going to have to deal with these guys. I want to deal with these guys.
I'm going to start racing those things.
So what are you guys doing? So I think you're probably standing at the bottom of the stairs. And I think the Blocks girl's kind of standing there. And you notice Donovan at the top of the stairs. She sort of paused. And she's watching. She's looking at these cylinders of some kind of weird cleaning chemical or whatever. It's like, big, almost like 5-gallon drums or something. Marked hazardous or whatever. She's checking it out. Rocket has run up to her. Mordred's behind you, being harassed.
I'll go down the stairs.
So you float down the stairs at about the point that Blocks is determining what she wants to do. And what is that, Blocks?
I think that, maybe removing their electricity for whatever they're doing, because it's probably really fucking dark down there with no lights on.
It probably is.
And so I'm trying to see if I can figure out what breakers go to the basement.
Okay. Give me that.
Everything all right?
Give me that electronics roll again, please. As Donovan is your. So Donovan's the chill of Donovan's presence. You feel the hair on the back of your neck prickle as you're kind of looking at this big, crazy. It's got like the proper like shut off switches and stuff. This is a little beyond you in terms of without.
I think I might spend a Benny.
Okay. You're just like, oh, Jesus, he's back there. How do you respond to Donovan before I tell you what you see in the electric stuff?
You just gotta sneak up on everybody?
When I'm hiding from the real estate agent, yes.
You're not hiding from me. Anyway,
Make
there's
myself
some
visible.
there's some shitty meth heads in the basement. And I think I'm gonna piss them off.
It's sounding like we don't want to buy this property.
Well, I think it'd be great once we get rid of them. Just needs a little intervention, we'll call it.
Should we burn Mordred?
We can handle it on our own.
I don't think we really need like bodies and stuff laying around, and he just tends to leave bodies everywhere he goes. Like, I think him and whatever her name is, Aunt Judy up there, needs some private time.
Skeletor?
Meanwhile, the
So just based on what you're seeing so far, sweet cheeks, like, what's a possibility that you're interested? Because seriously, I can make you a deal like you never had. You know we do in-house financing, right? I mean, we ran your credit. Your credit's kind of shit, for being honest. I don't know what happened, but it looks like a bad situation.
Yeah, that's been rough the past couple of year or so. But it's a good-looking place. It looks like it has what we need. I just see if the others agree. Speaking of which, where the hell did they go?
I think they just went out to get some air. You know what? Why don't we just talk a little more, okay? So I work for a fella who could really help you with the financing. I mean, consider it, and she opens this folder, and she has your credit report. And there's all kinds of, like, really bad situations there. Now, I'm going to assume, and forgive me, Mordred, but I'm doing this to you as a GM. You were stacked, like, last episode. And, like, you're seeing this red, and this is the first you've seen of it. Your credit, it looks like, what is it, Vileworks, or whatever this is. Like, they seem to have they're really upset with the bill payment there. Give me a notice check. Thorg's grossing me out this episode because I know what I think Dorothy looks like, and I'm just like, like.
Got a 5.
Okay. Yeah, so you glance, and I'm thinking, like, you've got tons of investments, right? Like, and suddenly you're like, you hit paranoia because you're looking, and your credit rating is like a 4 something.
Yeah, I didn't keep track of it directly. I had a bunch of really old guys in the UK that managed this.
Yeah.
So, I mean, with these numbers, I'm just going to tell you, I think Mr. Machiavelli might be able to help you.
Yeah, well, we might have to look into that. This is sort of news to me here and something I got to deal with.
Ah, that's what they all say, honey. Listen, I can make you a deal if you're ready to do a deal. We could do it quick. Real quick.
And she glances at you.
I know what you're thinking. I don't mean that. I'm married. What I mean is I can get you this building real quick, private financing. We'll pretend this doesn't even exist. Does that sound good to you?
Good. Deal.
Deal? Music to my ears. You know, my nephew looks like you.
She smiles. You're just thinking, is she going to say something weird? And she doesn't. You're just waiting for it.
I'm going to write this up then. Why don't we sit down? I would make you some coffee, but there's no coffee machine.
Sure, looks like the last coffee they made in there would kill you anyway.
Yeah, you're so right. I bet you do better, huh? I bet you like the fancy drinks, right? Like the espressos or the cappuccinos or something. Oh, man. I just like a good coffee, whatever that is.
So you're kind of sitting there dealing with that. Meanwhile, the camera pans back. You guys are all there together. The ghost, the dog, and the Lego person at the base of the stairs. Just looking up into the light, right, in this office, just wondering what kind of weird shit's happening up there. What do you guys do?
Oh, I'm like, it looks like these couple, like, transformers right here would be really, really helpful to keeping electricity going down there.
But don't kill all the lights and we can't see.
Nah, I'm just gonna get rid of these transformers, I think.
Yeah, you
And
notice.
I'm gonna. Do I see
newer
like
shit.
pipe or something like that laying around, like a piece of industrial
Just
metal.
flick them.
Yeah. So you find there's a few things laying around. There's some kind of old, there's a pipe or whatever. It looks like some refuse, some extra from some shit that was manufactured here. You see that the newer infrastructure is clearly not part of what powers the main building. Like you got these massive, overhead lights, the doom 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 kind of lights. That's not these. Like whatever this thing you're looking at is definitely powering something that you can't see right now. What do you try to do?
I'm gonna turn into a Lego silverback gorilla and basically grab whatever this pipe is that's here, and I'm just gonna smash it to bits.
What color is a Lego silverback gorilla? Don't be boring. What color is it?
Green. Like a
Purple.
forest green.
Purple with a forest green stripe
It's like grape
on his
ape.
back.
Yeah. So you
Yeah.
you're standing there with Rocket
And it's wearing blue sneakers.
Oh, of course it is. you turn into this this thing. It takes a second. Rocket, what do? You see the Legos start to fly around. You have no idea what
I'm gonna go
what
press
she's
the
doing.
button and start raising the thing.
Okay.
No, leave them down there.
So you're mid transition. You're just like you open the thing. Spectral Avenger, what are you doing?
Just gonna go downstairs.
Okay. Well, you're just gonna go down into the dark.
Yeah.
Well, it's not dark yet, but it's gonna be.
So I think that just based on the timing in my head, Rocket's got his robot arm. Zzz, the ghost just kind of like glides through and is going downstairs. And about halfway open, there's this moment, Mordred, where Dorothy's like, "Oh, for Christ's sakes!" She's just looking around like internally, like she's shit,
Honey, I'm sure it's fine. I'll just go check the breaker. It's, well, it doesn't look like it's... Yeah, I'm sure it's fine. We'll have an inspection done, I promise. Before the contract's finalized, we'll get an inspection. She pinches her cheek.
All the electrical, all the plumbing, everything needs to be looked at.
All of the plumbing.
She pinches your cheek. And then the camera pans back to okay, so you yes, I just saw Thorg's comment. I'm trying not to laugh out loud, but so what Donovan, you don't have infravision or some weird shit, do you, that I don't know about? Can you see in the dark?
No.
Okay.
No.
So you're ectoplasming your way through this opening door. You feel it kind of like solid objects feel a little funky as you move through them, right? But you're just like in a hurry. You're moving down this metal stair. It's clear to you that this was built like more recently, but it's like, wow, where the hell did this come from? And then suddenly the lights go out. The only illumination that you can see is in this moment where you're kind of moving through is like the little bit of glow that's coming off of you at this moment.
I'll make my way down the stairs as best I can and wait at the bottom.
Okay. You make your way down. You can, first of all, give me a notice check at notice orcs at +2. Yeah, there's a lot of noise. You hear a lot of foreign language. Do you speak other languages than English or no? Okay, so you would recognize it probably from school. It's some variant of Spanish. There's a lot of just like chatter kind of thing going on as banging around. And there's some emergency lights. As you look, there's like some actual like proper emergency lights that have come on now all of a sudden around what is kind of a spooky scene. You see these big, it almost looks like a brewery, except if the big tons were full of like, meth chemicals. They're kind of moving around, and you hear the guy say something to them in Spanish really sharp, and no one listens to him, and then there's this poof, this sharp pow of a desert eagle, and you hear somebody hit the ground, and then there's shouting, and then quiet. It goes very quiet. And then there's sort of like heavy boots, foot falling on the grated metal floor, heading toward the staircase. What do you do?
I'll wait until whoever it is gets close enough to see me.
Okay, so you're waiting. Blocks, Rocket, you hear this poof down there. You saw Donovan go down. And then within just a couple seconds, it's like you hear the kind of noise. It's muted, but this pow sound. Somebody just got shot, it sounds like. What do you do?
I'll start prancing down the stairs.
Prancing. I love shootings. Nice. Blocks Girl, what about you?
So I'm gonna go over there and probably go down the stairs also.
Okay.
But I'm going to, of course, do it more like a primate would.
Like a gorilla.
Like,
Yeah.
like a gorilla. Like,
Yeah.
So I'm gonna like swing down the sides of the staircase and like onto the big tanks.
Yes. Okay.
No.
A ghost, a
And
dog,
so-
and an ape walk down the stairs.
Yeah. So like if they shoot me, the gunfire will be shooting the chemical tanks, and that'd be all bad.
Yeah. Okay. So first, let's resolve that. So prancing down the stairs. Give me an. I'm going to say athletics for that, and then adding -2, Byron, for your antics. Ooh, double ones. Oh shit! You can't even spend.
I'd love to be able to spend a penny on that,
But you can't. Okay,
no.
good. Rocket, so you're like bloop, 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 going down the stairs like a dog would. A little tick, 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 tick. And then Blocks comes in, and honestly, you don't spend a whole lot of time as a giant gorilla. So you kind of got to get used to it. So you're coming in and swinging, and you just fling yourself in, like past the chemical things, into the middle of the room. Flashlights hit you, and people start freaking out. Merda, like freaking just like, ah! There's like sudden like, automatic weapons fire at you as everything just goes haywire.
This is gonna get ugly.
Yes, people are just like, like obviously alarmed with this giant weird purple with big blue sneakers on. Donovan, you're witnessing all this. It's about this moment, I would think, where you hear automatic weapons fire and that door is shut, so there's nothing to muffle it. Dorothy's eyes get really big, and she's like, for God's sakes.
If you'll excuse me, I'm going to go check on my idiot friends.
Give me a D4 for her, spirit check. Yeah, you go check that out. I'm gonna call 911. She says. What do you do?
I go out to the landing and see what's going on.
You leave her to call the cops?
Yeah.
Okay. So you leave her there. She busts out her Android. It's like a Cricket mobile. It's like great big buttons. She's calling. So you're going to head that direction. So there'll be one round, I think, before you reach the top of the stairs. What are you guys trying to achieve here? I'll add some initiative because we may need it. But I wasn't really expecting a big gorilla to fling itself in there, if I'm being honest. This is at first. Oh, man. Roll20's complaining. It's having connectivity problems. Good.
Well, that's what we always do.
Is
That's what you think we're not going to.
Yeah, that's true. Okay, so Red Rocket, what are you going to do this round as I'm setting up the rest?
So, how many people are there with guns?
I'm going to give you a notice check at -2 because there's a lot going on. There's at least one person shooting toward the gorilla.
9.
Oh, wow. So, yeah, it's like, there are 4 who are engaged with guns. And like, something about the situation tells you most of the people in here, I think I said there were 8, they have guns.
Yeah. All right, I'm going to target the 3 firing at her with my extra actions, and I'm just going to whirlwind all 3 of them.
Oh, shit. Okay.
Separately.
Okay.
Just chemicals and glassware and people.
And meth. And fucking...
And meth.
Yeah. Okay. Give me the roll.
I'm glad I'm already dead.
Yeah.
What role do you want?
How
They have to
does
make
your
a roll.
whirlwind thing work?
They have to make a strength.
Okay. You're going to do 3 of them?
Yeah.
Okay. Dude, rolling
What
the
happens
dice.
to Red Rocket when he's high on meth?
Well, let's okay. So one will be okay. Are they opposed or what? One will not.
They just must make a strength or be sucked into a mental ruin and thrown into the air.
Okay, so how did I not see? Okay, so there are 2. Yeah, so 2 fail, 1 succeeds. So tell me, Rocket, how does the one that succeeds? How does he succeed? What do you picture?
I imagine he just grabs onto like this metal table,
Okay.
and it just weighs too much for me to throw.
Okay, yeah. So he grabs on it, and just the whirlwinds kind of, and his like it pulls him up for a second, and you know, kind of his feet are up in the air for just a brief moment, but he pulls himself close. The other 2, though, tell me what happens with them, because they're not so lucky. They don't have anything to grab on.
I imagine they're reaching for the desk and just grab like papers or like vials or empty stuff, and they just fly and smash into the ceiling.
Yeah, so I think that they're just spinning, and they're like, "Rah!" And the one, I think that one of them loses his gun. The other one you don't know, but they just kind of spin up toward the ceiling, and then there's all this like literally meth, because it's being packaged into little baggies, and it's just like it's like a snow globe. Right? If you shake a snow globe like crazy, but it's meth instead of whatever is inside of a snow globe. So it's just like... Gorilla, you're there, and this shit happens. First of all, I'm going to ask you to make a strength roll, please, because it's just it's in an enclosed space. Rocket's doesn't have time to know where you are. So let's see if you hold on as well, or if you're going to be the spinning gorilla of death. 4. All right. So how do you? So it lifts you off your feet, and you're just like narrowly avoiding being shot. Bullets spray the ground where you were. How do you?
So I actually rolled my strength. I need to roll the gorilla's strength.
Okay.
So not bad. I need to re-roll that. Which is worse?
Yeah, I was gonna say
Cool.
which one. Well, let's see. You want to take? I'll let you take the first one if you want.
It doesn't matter. I think.
Then fine. You know what? No, sorry. You grasp at a ladder that goes up to one of these big containers, and your fingers grab, and you literally pull the ladder away before your fingers slip, and you shoot up toward the ceiling. What's the damage on your whirlwindy thing?
Creatures have to require minus a penalty, and they move out until they move out of it. They move D12 or D10 feet away from their current position in a D12 direction.
Okay.
There's no real damage to it.
Okay, so it's just disruptive.
Yeah.
Okay, so yeah, so it's holy shit. So you're like, is it D10 times 10 or is it just D10 feet?
It just says D10 feet.
Okay, that's not too bad. So you get flung up, Byron, and I think you wind up like King Kong landing on top of this container, right? You just kind of find yourself up there on top of it, and it's pretty tall. You just kind of like and manage to come to light there with not a whole lot of damage. What do you do?
So can I see the guy that had the guns?
Give me a well. So there are what did I say? There were a couple left with guns. They've been hurricaned around, but the guy with the double pistols, yes, with a notice check like that, you absolutely. It's like you hone right in on him. He's there. He's got the Desert Eagle. He apparently just shot someone. He's outside of Rocket's sway.
Okay. I am going to jump down on the ground.
Okay.
Right in front of him and kind of do the basic gorilla like bang on my chest.
Yeah. I think when you bang, Byron, a couple of little Legos, you bang so hard, like a couple of Legos fall off and just have to kind of rejoin your body. You're just like, "Arr!" And what are you going to do?
I'm going to grapple him.
Okay. First, give me an intimidation check at +2. If you don't have it, it's spirit.
Okay. Yeah, I don't have it. But I do suffer a negative on intimidation and any personal things because of my shitty interpersonal skills.
But you're So it's like your gorilla's shitty interpersonal skills.
That's a 2. No, because it goes
All right.
off mine. I use its statistics, but
So
like
there's this
mine.
moment, right, where he kind of looks and he sort of like, he's got his guns and he kind of like wipes his eyes. Like, what the fuck am I seeing? Because you don't look exactly real, right, when you've transformed. You look like a big toy store.
8-bit.
Yeah,
Like it's made out of
display.
8-bit.
Yeah. And so he's just like, what the fuck? And what do you do?
I just grab his head and try to give him like basically a like pull his flying knee to the face, I guess.
Okay, give me a fighting roll. You are going after his parry, which should not be terribly much. Let me come back to my roll 20 here. I don't know what's going on. Is roll 20 laggy as hell for you guys? It's really bad for me tonight.
Somewhat.
I more
Not
so
for
than
me,
before.
but
6.
Yeah, parry's 4. Okay, so you hit him, and what's your damage?
So damage is this.
Ooh, okay. So, yeah. So you grab him by his head, and not knowing your strength as a gorilla, picture, if you will, like kneeing a watermelon and having it just fucking explode. You're just like, and it's just like everywhere. Fucking brains, eyeballs, and the skull everywhere. Just and pow, pow, pow. A couple of shots from the Desert Eagle, and he goes down. He's dead. And you're just like, oops, shit.
Didn't I just say we didn't want Mordred to leave bodies down here?
Yeah. Mr. Avenger, what's going on with you? Are you hanging out?
I'm gonna move into the middle of the room.
Thorn says
And I'm
Gallagher. Exactly.
I'm gonna use my fear power.
As if it wasn't okay. Who are you? Who are you aiming that at?
Oh, everybody within 12 inches, whatever that translates to.
It's basically
60 feet.
Yeah, it'd be 60 feet. Yeah, that's right. Shit. So everyone, basically, and is that friendlies included? Probably, right?
You know what?
I'm saying yeah.
It does not say, so I'm saying
Yeah, I'm saying yeah. I think okay. So you tell me how you get scary. Why are you so scary?
So while he's transparent, Donovan looks relatively normal, right?
Yeah.
Well, when he invokes fear, his appearance becomes that of a decayed corpse.
Oh.
With a little bit of exaggeration. So think about the lady in the beginning of Ghostbusters.
Oh, that was amazing. Yeah. Okay.
Yes.
Do
And
you have to
he
roll?
snarls in a loud voice, "Get out!"
Wow. Okay. So how do they resist that? Is that a spirit roll?
It's a fear check.
Roll. Make me look at the rolls, you bastard. I wasn't ready for your fear check. I'm gonna look it up. It's worth it.
Sorry.
We have time. I don't know. It's
and I was wrong.
One-
It's
one-
D10 inches. Oh, okay.
oh wow, that was much further, but that's fine. That's okay because he's a gorilla. She's a gorilla. It's fine. Fear checks. So terror is what we're looking at here. Terrifying triggers such as a monstrous creature, check, or an unknowable evil, check. Extras become panicked. Wild cards have to roll. So here's the fun part. Because Savage Worlds is badass and it doesn't want to have me rolling a bunch of dice and trying to do math, everyone shits themselves. Okay, so think about this. Crazy Gorilla comes in, like really just straight up knee and splatter, all this. You were like, get out.
Whirlwinds
Rocket?
of meth.
Yeah.
Whirlwinds of meth and shit flying everywhere.
Episode title: Whirlwinds of Meth. Okay, Blocks Girl and Red Rocket. Red Rocket, I'm gonna say, yeah. But both of you guys make a check, please.
What
I
kind
think it
of
should
check?
be I think it should be like
You have to
Gallagher and Donovan and Gallagher present Whirlwinds of Meth.
Yeah, make a spirit roll. It's basically it's a spirit roll when confronted by creatures or situations that cause fear. So that alrighty. So, and then blocks. Yeah. So there's this moment blocks where.
Spend a penny.
Okay. No shit.
Oh,
There's this moment where you feel this like chill down your spine, and then you realize, oh, that's Donovan. But like, oh man, that's scary as shit. It's like the best scary movie ever.
Like Broke Neck Lady on fucking.
Haunting of Hill House.
Yes, that. Tell me real quick. How do you picture those people reacting? Like, how does that play out? The remaining meth producers, what do they do? Because they are completely panicked and scarred by this.
Well, yeah, I would imagine they would totally freak out.
Okay.
And would be looking for any opportunity to escape. They just saw their boss's head get splattered by a giant gorilla.
Oh yeah.
And
That's
now
bad.
and
they're all
there's a
just
Ghostbusters
breathing
style-
in meth.
Yeah.
So good.
Everything in the room went flying all over the place. A gorilla landed in the midst and splattered their boss's head. And now there's a ghost turning into a corpse yelling "get out" at them, which they may not even understand if they're all speaking Spanish.
Yeah.
I think you understand Get Out, though. It's a common language.
That's
So
amazing.
I would hope they're all looking for exits.
Okay. So, with that in mind, Eric, give me a roll on the fear chart, please. Fear table's a D20 roll. Oh, Jesus. So, at its worst, so there's this tweaker, right? Everybody else is running in fear. At its worst, you're like in this one guy's face. He's one of the guys with the gun, right? And he's taking aim, and you rise up in front of him, and you're just like, "Get out!" He literally is like, drops his gun, and falls over dead of a heart attack. His otherwise black, because remember they were Latin, so his black hair is like stark white after having looked at you in the face. He's dead of a heart attack. Meanwhile,
Okay.
Mordred, there's all this noise, and I picture like the camera, your perspective. You're approaching this fucking stairway, and there's like all this crazy fucking screaming and whatever down there. What are you doing? Are you running up there? Or are you just walking all chill?
Oh, I'm just walking.
Okay. I think you arrive at the bottom at about the moment where they're all sort of standing, and like there's this like flood. Do you let them go, or do you try to? What do you guys do with the people who are fleeing?
Just
Oh,
want
they
them to
go.
leave.
Yeah, so you're coming up. There are like all these people. There's like some really just kind of like hood rat type people, and kind of like, tweakers. There's a couple like, people that are just, that's probably the way they're earning their money, but they're all frantically running the fuck up these stairs. And they're just like, El Diablo, El Diablo. And there's like a couple other guys like, man, you got to get the fuck out. The one guy like runs right up to you in the face, and he's like, man, you got to get the fuck out of here. There's some crazy shit going on down there, man. And he's got you by your chest. Do you stop him?
I just throw him to the side.
He's, man, what the, there's that moment. He's like the extra in the 80s movie. Where it was, man, what the? You go downstairs in your factory. There's a guy. You can see his bottom jaw and his neck is still attached. But other than that, it's like somebody basically just hit a grape with a hammer. And then there's this other guy that I described who's died of a heart attack, but there's some bodies in here. And then there's another person that had part of his brains blown out against one of these containers. What do you do?
Well, this might bring down the price.
Well, that's true. So he arrives at the bottom of the stairs. What are the rest of you guys doing?
Making our way out.
Yeah, I think so.
So you make your way up to the top of the stairs, and you realize there's something just echoing in your head. I'm going to call 911, 911, 911.
Oh, yeah.
What do you do?
Just go back upstairs.
Okay. The rest of you guys accompany him? Do you stick around down here? Like there's these people are just hauling ass across
I'll
the
go
property.
back upstairs,
I'll
but
go
I
back
should
upstairs.
probably make myself invisible again because the
I
old
should probably turn back into like a girl.
Okay. Just kind of walk in and Legos are falling off of you where the extra mass isn't needed and just melting
Yeah.
into the ground. You make your way up there.
Okay, officers are on their way.
She's just mid sentence.
All right, that's good. Oh, you're there. Hang on 1 second. Is everything all right?
She says.
Yeah, they just scared off some junkies.
Give me. Is there persuasion? The hell? I can't remember.
That is the skill.
Do it. Yeah, do that. This is hint. We need.
Oh, honey, you look pale. Are you all right? You serious?
She moves over to you.
Oh, yeah, I'm just covered in whatever it was they were using down there.
Officer, hey, you know what? They're gonna be here. Okay, all right. Yeah, just tell them to ask for Dorothy. I'm the realtor. Yeah, okay.
She hangs up.
What the hell's going on here?
And kind of glancing over at Block's girl, your entire knee, from the thigh down, is just blood. And there's a little bit of like cottage cheese type stuff. Maybe like some brain left on there from where you just...
What the hell happened down there? Are you all
You
right?
wouldn't happen to have a tampon, would you?
Give me a... Okay, give me... That should be the episode name. Give me a persuasion roll, please. That's terrible. No, she just kind of looks at you with this. She pulls her glasses down toward the end of her nose, and she's like,
Honey, we're both girls. You know that. What's going on?
and you can see her reaction to you is turning more less motherly and a lot more like, okay, maybe I'm in
Because
trouble.
I hate my parents.
Maybe like, I'm in a little bit of trouble here. What are you guys doing?
I'm going to go downstairs. I'll go out front and wait for the police. On my way there, I'm going to close the door to the basement that they opened.
Okay. All right, so you kind of walk over there and you say that.
Hey, what? Tell me what's going on here. I'm just trying to sell a building.
Well, your building was infested with junkies.
What do you mean it was? Infested with, what do you mean?
Well, they just took off.
Well, then we'll just tell the police that. You just stay right here with me. Let me call them back. I shouldn't have hung up. You never hang up on 911. I just get a little verklempt sometimes. She dials 911 again. You go downstairs?
No, I stay up there
Okay.
since she's calling them back, and maybe we
Okay.
can just get them not to show up.
Okay. Roll so first, give me a give me a persuasion roll. Mordred. You're trying to persuade her to not to try to dissuade the cops.
You probably don't want the cops here, and if they find any drug paraphernalia, that's going to go in the records for this building. And
Yeah, give me that roll.
Fail.
Whoa!
Wild
Wow.
die.
All right, so with a wild die of 5.
Yeah, you're probably right. All right. Yeah. Okay. Listen, give me please a
She's a realtor, and she's a damn good one. Give me a D8 roll. I know I just called this property. She gives the address. Waiting for this. Oh, wow, with a 5. Okay. Yeah, there was some trespasses. They've run off. It's fine. Don't bother your offices. And she goes back, and you see there's a brilliance to how she approaches things. And just from her one side of the conversation, you get the idea that, all right, officers will meet you at the gate kind of thing. And she's like, yeah, I'll meet him there. We'll walk him around. It's fine. It really is fine. You can meet my client. It's fine. She hangs up. One of you guys is going to have to, one of yous is going to have to meet me at the front gate. Meet them at the front gate with me.
Sure.
So as you're walking along, do you share anything at all with her?
Nope.
Okay.
I'm gonna go with him.
It's just you and this dog. Is it a service animal?
I guess it's a
You're
long
like,
story.
I guess. I don't know. It's a
I
dog.
guess.
Yeah. So you make your way out. It's a bit of a trudge right through the parking lot. It's kind of an extensive parking lot meant for like trucks and whatever to park in. And there's an employee section as well. So you get back, and there's a sort of little guard gate, which is obviously empty. And the cops have, in fact, or they're basically pulling up when you go. Who else goes? So it's Rocket Blocks. Are you with them or no?
Sure.
The dog is her emotional support animal.
Okay. So the cops show up. It's 2 uniformed officers, 1 car. They just kind of pull up. No lights or anything fancy. They just kind of pull up. Guy gets out, thumbs in his belt. The partner's a woman, and she's kind of there, just kind of checking out the scene. You get the idea she's got kind of an eagle eye from how she's kind of checking things out. Block's girl there with her incredibly bloody leg. Like, still with some cottage cheese-like gray matter on there. I'm assuming you flicked a couple pieces off or something, but,
Oh, yeah, I brushed that stuff off.
So it's smeared in like cottage cheese would if you just smeared it in. So Officer Mills is the gentleman, and Officer Sinclair is the partner. Everything okay here? Which one have you called? Dorothy? Yeah, it's me. Look, here's my card. I'm a realtor, and she kind of puts her card out there. Listen, it was just some trespasses. It's fine, really it is. Somebody give me a persuasion roll, please, at -2, because they are sent here for a reason. So it's D8. We'll do -2 off that. See if she hits 4. Ooh, no. I understand, man, but the nature of the call and the panic that was involved there, we're going to need to take a look around the property just to make sure everything's secure. I'm sure you understand. Well, she kind of glances at each of you to get an indication as to what she should do. What are your eyes telling her she should do?
Yeah, I think take a quick look around. It's a big place, and not really here to waste your time.
Yeah, right. What he said, right? We're trying to do a deal here. These gentlemen are gonna, or I should say, not gentlemen, because she doesn't know the Spectral Avenger's even there. But these folks are starting a motorcycle business.
Yeah, there were just some squatters. It's kind of you'd expect to have in a place like this. It's been empty for a while.
Give me a spirit check, and let's see what Sinclair thinks of you.
Roll. He hates me. I got a 4 though.
Oh yeah, almost. It's kind of indifferent. It's not like oh my goodness, but motorcycles, huh? She says. What kind of motorcycles?
Yeah, racing bikes, big gas fillers, really loud, a lot of fun.
No shit. Is this like a new factory or what? Like what's the brand? She's kind of into it, you know.
That's a kind of a venture here, a new idea. Hoping this turns into the factory.
Okay, all right. Well, yeah. Let's take a look around. And the other officer's kind of a little more serious. Kind of glances at her and glances at you. Whatever. You make your way in. Hey, they're walking back toward the main building. Somebody, please give me notice checks. One for Sinclair because she's otherwise occupied at -2, which is D6 in both cases, and +2 in the other one because he is all about it. Sinclair first.
What are we rolling?
D6. Ooh, okay.
This is -2.
Yep.
And then
Sinclair has no idea. The other officer is... Wow.
Oh.
Hey. Hey, miss. He touches Block's girl on the shoulder. Are you alright? You're bleeding.
Yeah, I cut my knee on some industrial equipment
That's a
down there.
That's a bad cut.
Yeah, it's not too bad. You can see the damage that the squatters did, and I point at the electronics.
Give me, please, a persuasion roll. Let's see if you get him off of it. I don't see it coming through. What was it?
No, 4.
Why the hell didn't it come through?
4 and a 0 in a while. That I think somebody
roll
made it
20.
wrong.
Wait. Oh yeah. Okay. That's sad. That should have come through. Did it come through for me either? No, it did come through for
yeah.
me. Not the other one. Okay.
It's there.
Oh, there came. It
Yeah,
just
I see
it
it.
just came through. Roll 20 for the stream. So there you go. All
I
right.
love
So
it.
you distract him, and he's okay. You're sure you're okay though, right?
Yeah, I'm fine. It just hemophobic, so like it's a lot of times I bleed a lot more than
Yeah.
most. But luckily, I got my clotting pills, so it's all good.
All right. Well, you should get that checked out. And hey, listen, if you
Well, I plan on it. We're just kind of getting held up here a little bit.
if you just rather wait here, I mean, you don't want to be walking on that. But
Oh.
yeah. All right.
I'm fine.
Okay. Brave girl, and he pats you on the shoulder. You make your way into the
I kind of
main-
cringe at him touching me because I don't like people touching me.
Yeah, you make your way into the main facility, and they look around. Spectral Avenger, please give me a D6 a D6 roll for their search.
Sorry, what?
A D6 roll
Yeah.
for a search.
Yeah.
They're really bad at searching.
1.
It's good. I like it.
Yeah, so between this conversation, Mordred, that has kind of sparked up about this motorcycle factory, and I'm thinking you're just sort of like, yes, it is like that. Yes, so you're sort of distracting her with like, yeah, and this is where I think I'm going to put the assimilator, just talking out of your ass. And he is completely more concerned with blocks. Like he's not in a creepy way, but he's just more like checking her and making sure she's okay. Dorothy's the star of the show, though, and she's like,
Listen, while we're all here, let's just take a look one more time and let me show you the office. The office is beautiful. All the rest of this is built to suit. It'll be whatever you want. You want to make pizzas, it'll be pizzas. You want to film porn, it'll be porn. But motorcycles not my thing, but we'll make that work. Let's just come in. And you do. She walks you all the way up to the office. Does that sort of wandering around, and in the bright light, one notice check. It's a D6, no modifier, as to whether or not they realize that Rocket, the girl, Mordred, and that he doesn't see the ghost are you guys. Wow, we'll take the first one. So James rolled a 2. So they're just completely oblivious and not noticing this, and just kind of literally like go over where the coffee machine would be and kind of look in and writing some stuff down in their pad or whatever. At one point or another, Sinclair goes off and talks into her shoulder radio. You overhear her basically saying, "Yeah, it's fine. There was some trespassers or whatever." So, do you want to file a report? Did you get any description of these people, or I mean, you said they ran off?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Wouldn't be able to describe any, just be looking for homeless people essentially.
Yeah. Once they realized we were looking around, they just kind of lost their head about it. And,
Okay, I got you. So, listen, here's my card. We're gonna put you on the watch list, and we patrol the area, so we'll just stop by a couple extra times in the evening just to make sure it's clear. Dorothy, it was a pleasure to meet you. Thanks for your card. Let us know. If anything comes up, we'll be right back to help you. They leave the office, walking out, and you kind of watch them awkwardly as they walk past the bloodbath door. Right, they're just kind of like, making their way, as partners would, probably off to have some donuts.
All right, then. So, do we have a deal, or do we not have a deal?
She smiles.
I think we have a deal.
Excellent.
And with that, you guys have earned your stronghold, which you will turn into whatever you would like, following the rules in the Superpowers guide. But we're gonna end the stream right here. We had a little bit of a faux pas on the recording, so hopefully that came out all right. But yeah, good times.